Hi, I'm Kevin Smith, and Red State comes out this October 19th, 17th anniversary of Clerks. But if you want to see it before then, I'm coming around your town, man. I'm on the road with the Red State USA tour. Come see me do a Q&A. Come see the movie as well. Actually, see the movie. You've seen me do the Q&A. But this will be a different Q&A because it's following a screening of Red State movie. We just debuted up at Sundance and whatnot. Had a great time. And we're bringing it to you a little sooner than October rather than waiting till then. If you want to see it ahead of time, come out and see it. Tour kicks off March 5th, Radio City Music Hall. March 6th, Boston. March 8th, Chicago. March 9th, Minneapolis. March 10th, Michigan, Ann Arbor. March 11th, Indianapolis. March 12th, the Midland Theater in Kansas. March 14th, Springfield. March 15th, Washington. March 22nd, Denver. March 24th, Madison, Wisconsin. March 26th, New Orleans. March 28th, Austin, Texas. March 29th, Atlanta, Georgia. April 4th, Seattle. April 9th, the tour ends. The Wiltern Theater, Los Angeles, California. So you could see us at any one of those stops along the way. Come see Red State and have fun at the Q&A afterwards. I mean, the one in New York and LA will definitely be having cast and whatnot up on stage. The ones across the country probably just be me, but I'll be as funny as I can. You can ask me anything, even about the time they threw me off the plane for being a big fat shit. So come on out. If you want to help us out, see Red State. For all the information, go to coopersdell.com, COOPERSDELL.com. You can see all the tour dates. Click on one of those, buy some tickets, come out and see us. And if you can't afford to buy tickets right now, I know the global economy is pretty harsh. If you can't afford it, don't worry, man. We're going to be out in October. You can kind of see us then. And if you don't want to pay to see it then, you know, BitTorrent. It'll be on BitTorrent pretty damn soon. So, in any event, come help us out on the road. Red State USA Tour. Come see me and Red State. Coopersdell.com for all information.
God doesn't love you. Unless you fear him.
It's Patrick Ariage speaking, and I'm listening to Pucknut.
It's time to lace up those skates and talk about hockey with Walt, Bry, Ming, and Sunday Jeff. These are the Pucknuts.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Pucknuts, dealing with the New Jersey Devils and the NHL. My name is Ming Chen.
Bry, Sunday Jeff.
Walt.
All right, bonus pod. We were going to do the bonus pod this week. We're gonna push it off for one more week.
With good reason.
With great reason.
We're going to sweeten the pod, as they say.
Yeah, sweeten the pod. Brian, take it away.
You like that Sunday, Jeff?
I like it a lot. It's actually pretty fucking funny. Okay, now the bonus pod. Since Quinn has to be involved and he's not here today, we're going to do it next week. It's going to be an extra week of donations, which are now going to be split in half between Walt came up with a charity that he's interested in. It's going to be split between the Facts and Animal League that I talked about last week and Class Kids Foundation, which is KLASS Kids Foundation, and that is I wish I knew what they did. I think basically what they do is they go around and teach kids about safety, you know, how to steer clear of
strangers, running away from predators
and stuff. Basically, it's educational,
right?
You know.
Right, and this is the guy you stand behind.
Yeah, I've seen the guy who's the head of the who it's named after. I guess Mark Klass.
Mark Klass.
I've seen him on TV throughout the years, and I just have so much respect for this guy. And I just think he's like, I don't know, he really.
It'd be hard not to crumble. Like that happens to your daughter. It's hard not to just fucking fall apart. And
yeah, I mean, he went. You know, he goes out and he's a real advocate, and I just love his attitude, and I love his moxie when he's on TV and he's talking, and he's just like there's something about this dude, like, you know, that I really just admire, and if I could pick an organization, I'm going to pick this one to people to donate to.
Okay, so how do we get in on this? How
you want in, Ming?
I want in.
Well, the pod's been sweetened, as Walt said.
Right, how has
it been sweetened?
How has it been sweetened?
Well, first it was just going to be a Pucknuts exclusive pod, and when 7 people answered to that call,
we stepped
to
up.
Sweeten it up more. Yeah, so we're going to. Walt came up with a game, and I don't think I mentioned this last week in the Tell 'em Steve Dave version, but you came up with a game in which 2 listeners are going to be involved.
No,
somehow.
not 2 listeners, 2 donators.
2 donators.
We're gonna pick. We're gonna just randomly pick 2 donators to vie for a prize on Pass the Puck.
No, they're not actually playing because me and your team and you and Jeff are a team.
Yeah, we'll read their name and their address. Well, maybe not their address, but we'll read their
social
name,
security number,
their credit card info from the PayPal receipt.
Sell it to the Russian mob.
We'll play like Brian Ming will be a team on Pass the Puck, and me and Sunday Jeff, and we'll play for a donator. So if Joe from Kentucky is playing for Ming and Bry, and John from Alabama is we're playing for Sunday Jeff and Walt's team.
Okay.
And then whoever wins will get. We're not going to announce the prize.
No, but there'll be fabulous.
It's going to be
prizes.
a nice prize. No, one prize.
All right, fabulous prize.
Prize.
Sorry.
So that's and there's only and you have a good chance to be picked as one of the 2 because there's
you just said
5 people have want this podcast. So
that's why it's being sweetened.
And there's something else.
Right, you got the revelation.
Well, have we even mentioned
no,
revelation?
you haven't. What's
no? What revelation? They're at?
Coming off the heels of last week when we
when we promised?
Okay. where I said you were a sociopath and people got mad.
I'm fine with it.
Well, okay, but you might not be.
Well, okay.
I have a revelation though about you and us that you don't know about.
Okay, how could I not know about it?
Ming and me.
Really?
Something that happened that you probably don't even know that really.
A good story, Ming and me.
It's a revelation about how
Harrison's awfully pale for it. Great Chinaman. Am I aware of this or not even?
You're aware of it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you realize how deep it ran though.
It wasn't when you called INS because I think Ming knows about that.
I was born in this country.
I mean, it starts out bad, but it
ends up with you calling Ming a sociopath last week.
But it's a major revelation. Ming doesn't know about it. Only a handful of people in my life know about it.
Okay.
But I'm ready to tell the 7 people out there, and maybe more, what happened.
So, Brian, how do you become one of the 7?
Wait a second, Ming.
All right.
Wait a second, because the pot is yet to be sweetened even more.
Oh, right.
Because Brian Quinn and I recorded a podcast a couple of months ago now, probably 2 months ago, that we never put up just due to,
what was it called?
It was called Space Monkeys. Still called Space Monkeys. I believe we're going to do another premiere episode since that one may be a little bit dated, but we're going to include that with a special pod.
Wow. Getting 2 pods for the price, low price of $5.
2 pods, a Ming Chen revelation, and the inclusion of Bry Quinn on this pod.
Wow,
this
and
special
Pass the
pod.
Puck.
And this is anybody who ordered the tickets or the calendar. You're safe.
You're in.
Yeah,
you're already in. And now, only thing you would be doing now is just getting some good karma if you were to throw another $5 on top.
Right. So you PayPal $5 to TESDcharity@gmail.com, and from this point on, we're gonna split the donations. You don't have to differentiate. We're gonna just split them right down the middle. Half is gonna go to the Animal League. The other half is gonna go to Walt's Class Kids Foundation, and that's it. Right. And then we'll get the 1 pods recorded already, so we don't even have to worry about that one. And
We're definitely doing it next week.
The other one we'll do next week.
Sunday, Jeff, no excuses next week.
We don't want any bullshit.
Well, you don't excuses from me. I don't have any excuses.
You have your, and also Walt, you're doing a 1 True 3 on the.
That's right.
That's right. Did we tell anybody about 1 True 3? I haven't done a 1 True 3 in a while.
Right, and that'll be on this pod.
Be a Ming Chen 1 True 3.
1 True 3.
That's right. Always a fun time. Always a fun time.
How can you miss out if you're a completist or if you're
even a passing interest? $5 isn't that much.
2 pods.
Going to the animals, going to the kids,
and also the Pucknuts' favorite sports movies and moments.
Wow.
That alone. I mean, we don't need anything else, do we?
Should I bump the price up to $45? And I'll tell you the thing that the pod that Q and I did, I think it's pretty decent as far as content. There's some shit in there that we talk about that
I enjoyed it.
Fairly interesting. Oh, did you listen to it?
I hacked into your computer. I stole the episode and I listened to it. I thought it was good.
Well, all right. So that's it on the.
Now that's a foreshadowing to my revelation right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Computer hacker.
Well, let's leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
All right.
Let Ming twist and turn, wondering what the fuck is he talking
Until
about.
next week.
And the listeners.
Yeah.
All right.
What am I talking about?
$5.
It's worth it.
TESDcharity@gmail.com.
That's right.
You'd have to be crazy. Not to buy these two
That's right.
pods.
Get in on it.
All right, on to the boredom.
All right, on to the devil. There is no boredom. Brian, the Devils they're back. They're resurrected. Anybody who was a Devils fan and wrote them off for the rest of the season and went and
That'd be me.
Like Walton, Sunday Jeff.
went to pay attention to something else, they all came running back. Any hockey fan who wrote off the Devils and saw them as a disorganized, defenseless mess have seen them turned around in the last month.
I see on Twitter that people are still chastising you though for having hope.
That I mean,
They're saying it's dopey that the Devils will never get to the playoffs.
How the way they're playing now? How can you not think there might even be
Statistically, it's unlikely, but not impossible, right?
It's not. It's definitely not impossible. If they keep playing the way they've been playing the last 3 or 4 weeks, they will make it and then some.
You can't
think
expect the team to remain at that insanely.
It's a high intensity that they're playing with,
for over
right?
the course of the next month. I mean, that's asking a lot. So
you
really got to hope for the teams in front of them to just collapse and hopefully play like 700 hockey.
Some of them are doing.
That's the problem.
Right, but I mean, every team it seems all the teams go through the stretches though of not being able to get wins and then going on unbelievable winning streaks. I don't know. Is there any team in the NHL that doesn't have like a 7-game losing streak and a 7-game winning streak during the course of the year? I just believe it happens to all teams.
Edmonton.
All right, maybe not Edmonton.
Ottawa. They're. It's not everybody.
That's true.
It's not everybody. I don't think it's a fluke. 15,
you don't think it's a fluke?
15-1-2 in the last 18 games.
I don't think anybody's done that the whole season, though.
I don't think it's a fluke either. I think this is the team that we thought we were going to see, and it took getting rid of, I guess, a couple of
players and coaches
and players. I don't know. It's tough to
a couple of problems, issues.
Right.
What the hell does this mean, Ming? On the bullet points, the Rangers Devil game from last week.
Right.
The atmosphere was electric for most people.
Right.
Well, not the Rangers fans, right?
Well, not for the Rangers fans.
Wait, who wasn't electric? You say Walt wasn't electric?
You're looking at me?
No, I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at this guy who I looked over like 10 times.
He wasn't really in the chair too much, I remember.
8 of those 10 times I saw this guy tweeting or texting, which,
That's not, you couldn't have been like surprised at that, right?
No, I wasn't surprised. But I mean,
did I have my phone? Yeah, I did because I was looking for Quinn because Quinn was at the game.
Not everybody was fucking soul kissing fucking strangers after the Devil scored.
That was weird, man. Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, man. Come on. You reached over and fucking went out of your way to go fucking slap some drunk.
That was a huge moment.
We're like, Quinn, how'd you get down here?
That was a huge moment.
You accepted his tongue as if it was a fucking.
That was a huge. Let's go back to the Devils Rangers game from last Friday. First period ends. Devils play an awesome defensive effort, and they get something like 15 shots, and none of them can go in because freaking the Queen is standing on his head again.
As usual.
If
the Queen just played the Devils, he would have he'd be like how many 75-5 during a regular season if he played 82-game season against the Devils. It seems like he just does not give up goals.
He was fantastic that
Sunday,
first
Jeff,
period.
You here today?
Yes, I'm here today. Well, last 2 games they won.
You're still rocking from your.
Yeah, I'm still rocking from
your punt earlier.
I was thinking about that. I don't even know if I know what it is.
You don't know if it is, right?
I don't know.
I think you know. I told you.
Then I probably do know what it is.
All right.
Now
I have an idea.
I wouldn't know what you may have told me or I may know, but I look forward to.
I think people will be like, "Holy fuck!"
Really?
Like Walt's crazy.
Walt was right. No, Walt was right.
All right, back to hockey.
I thought that for the last couple of weeks, and I was proven wrong by all these people that are fucking getting Ming's back, pissing me off.
Come on.
Pissing me off.
They're not all wrong.
You actually with the Devils upswing?
Yes.
Sunday Jeff. we might be getting tattoos if they make the playoffs, right?
Oh, yeah,
No,
sure.
Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup, not playoffs.
Well, here's the thing.
If they get in, I mean, they would be the hottest team going in.
They would be in.
They make that ace.
And where are we getting those tattoos at?
Monarch
Tattoo. Just go see
Where's
my.
that?
West Milford.
West
West
Milford.
Milford. No, Newfoundland. We're right by West Milford.
Man, we got to call these guys in. I got to get my tatty.
All right,
I
you
gotta
picked
get my
something
tatty.
out yet?
Not yet.
All right,
I
pick.
got to figure
They ask
something out.
me. Yeah, just ask me all the time when he comes in on Sunday. When you're going to
If
come?
they win the Stanley Cup Sunday, Jeff's going to get a Devil's Tramp stamp like right on his back.
It's going to be tough.
You're going to get it? Like, would you do it? Or your
Just
wife
don't tell
would,
anybody.
Yeah, I guess you could always
your
say
head
don't tell anybody.
Yeah, don't tell anyone until we all blab
If he
about
gets
it.
it first, though. I mean, if he definitely gets it, which I know is never going to happen.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, we'll see. First needle that comes out, I'll be like, I can't get this
I'm
done.
not afraid of needles. I've never been afraid of needles.
No, but just by
not afraid of
looking
pain.
at it, being like,
Pain
welcome,
don't
man.
don't mean nothing to me.
tough guy, huh?
Like, what's your hang up? Obviously, there's something like why do I need to go first? You got a thing for needles?
No, I don't have a problem with needles.
Ever done
at
any
all.
horse?
Nope.
Brownstone.
So when it comes down to it, when it comes down to no, it's not no.
Is it a work thing where you can't have
I would just
tats
have
at work?
to. No, I can have tattoos. There's plenty of people that have tattoos at work.
Okay, so what's the problem then?
Religion. We
I just
talked
said it was
about
a
this.
problem.
He's not religious.
He's not religious, though.
I know, but still, he's got family members that may look down on him.
Well,
So
again,
what?
if it's in a hidden area, I don't think there's
hidden
anybody.
area.
I don't have to worry about my family. It's other places I think I have to worry about them.
I mean,
Is that a revelation? What does that mean?
Next,
he's on a horse right now.
yeah, well, you could get one in an
Smack
inconspicuous
buddy
place
over there.
So it doesn't matter. You can have it up in your arm. You can have it wherever.
All right. So
It'd be nice to have a devil's tattoo that says,
All right.
2010, 2011.
All right.
All right, so back to the game.
We're back to being totally out.
Back to the game. Devils can't score against Lundqvist, but the Devils are matching the Rangers, keeping them to 5
They were
shots.
more than matching them. They were owning them.
Yeah, they were owning them.
They controlled the play from beginning to end, I thought.
Right. So
They had
first,
like twice as many shots on goal.
Yeah.
and more than that. So first period ends, and I'm seeing a 0-0 game. It's going to go into overtime or the shootout, just because no one can get one, past the pipes. So when Covey gets that breakaway and he scores, it's like Christmas. I'm freaking happy, or Hanukkah. I'm
Right.
ecstatic.
I saw your face.
Yeah, I was happy.
I know.
I was
You're in
really.
the bosom of that drunk guy. Why don't you sit next to him? I'm surprised. Like,
Really?
I thought you would want to sit right next to him.
I came down. These guys took
Shove
their
his
seats
girlfriend
already.
out of the
I
way.
would have sat next to him.
Yeah,
No
they
problem.
are inseparable when they go out. That's true.
Who?
You and Sunday Jeff.
Yeah, you guys have taken those seats, or you guys could have moved down to our seats.
I didn't see you offering.
Why would I offer her? Why would I step
Why
up
would
and
you
offer?
I
offer?
could
Because
tell.
Slap
you're
his
fucking
hands.
staring at me like a jealous little fucking 15-year-old girl because I was sitting next to your fucking
my
drunk.
buddy, the drunk guy.
Where's he get to sit next to Sunday Jeff?
Oh, yeah, I didn't mean Sunday Jeff was a drunk. I meant,
Oh, okay,
I meant
the other guy.
stranger, a
All
guy
right.
I didn't know who the fuck it was, just some loudmouth buffoon.
Does he listen to this show?
He hasn't mentioned anything yet, and
No.
I don't think he will. So you
Buffoon.
you can talk about him all you want.
We talk about Lunko. How about Hedberg's play?
Hedberg was fantastic.
He's played unbelievable the last couple of games.
He's starting against Dallas.
But again,
With good
remember when I
reason.
was at the game and would you start? When would you start
Well,
Brodeur?
This is definitely like this is uncharted area for the uncharted waters for the Devils because when Brodeur is ready, Brodeur goes. And I think Brodeur is ready, and he's not going.
Yeah. Well, how could you? Hedberg named second star of the week this week. He narrowly beat up by I think Anton Niemi, who had a slightly higher save percentage than him. That's it. So you have to start him.
I'd let him roll until he just starts to have a bad game. Then you throw Brodeur in there. He allows a couple of goals. He's been playing very, very well.
Oh, well, yeah.
The same guy you're complaining about in the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah, I mean he
It was
was
good cause, man. It's
Yeah,
just
he was
like
terrible.
I think we were
played
complaining
like
about
shit.
everybody in the beginning of the season.
He was not good in the beginning, though. I mean, I
Goals were
don't.
going through his legs like as if he was like like they were
Like,
spread open,
Like
Yeah.
he was
like
the,
some fucking
like he was the drunk
happy
and the
fan who
puck
just saw
was Mink's
Kobe
head.
score.
I was ecstatic, man. That was a beautiful. That was a beautiful
I would say
breakaway
orgasmic.
goal. Yeah, almost. Almost, but you know what happened? He scored that goal. I jump up. I'm cheering. I look back at you two. You guys are obviously happy. And then I look to my left. This guy's still texting. He didn't even stand out. Whole crowd's going nuts.
What happened? I saw that goal.
Brian, I mean, well, let's be fair.
I go
Brian,
45 minutes north. Suddenly, I give a fuck about hockey.
But I mean, when's the last time you saw him ecstatic?
Ooh.
Come on, let's go. I mean, really, when's the last time you saw Brian ecstatic about anything?
Wow.
When I scored in Brantford.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That might have been
A
it.
good 8 months.
That might have been it. That might have been the last time I was truly that happy at a hockey game. And there's photographic evidence too of me with my fist raised.
Yeah, I saw that goal. I don't like people that stand up every time it looks like they're going to score. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
The asshole in front of me kept standing every fucking. Oh, this is the same guy who's like, "Why would you stand at a rock concert?"
What? I understand why they do, but I don't understand why there's not seating made available for people who don't want to stand.
Oh, you mean at the one we went to? Well, like PNC.
Anyone.
You said in a show that you think everybody should just sit down.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I believe that would be better. Yeah, I understand. I don't get mad at them though for doing it, but I wish it wasn't the case.
But I don't like from our vantage point though. You can see just as well if you're sitting than if you're standing. This fucking old fool had to stand up every 2 seconds.
Who?
The guy in front of me.
Oh, okay. Not that it mattered. You fucking had your nose buried in your fucking BlackBerry.
Oh, when did I text? I texted Quinn once.
I saw your finger.
Yeah, you were doing something. It was.
I know what I was doing. I was trying to look up the weather for the next day.
All right. Point made.
All right.
But long story short, it was a playoff atmosphere in there. It was electric. You can't deny that. It was.
All right. Well, who's denying this?
No one. No
Not
one.
even
All right.
me.
Okay. I'm just mentioning it to the people who weren't lucky enough to be there.
That's true.
We were lucky.
What's this rooting for the Flyers stuff? What does that have to do with the game?
Well, Devils had the game in hand, and the 8th place spot they're fighting for is against Carolina. Now, Carolina having to play the Flyers that night, and it's one of the rare times you root for the Flyers to win. So had they beat Carolina like they were supposed to, Devils would be 8 points back at that 8th place spot instead of 10.
Yeah.
But getting into single digits, that's pretty huge.
Rangers fans known as Source Sports? Are they known to be assholes?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Like I know the Philly teams are, right?
Yeah.
And Boston, isn't that the
Traditionally, yes.
Yeah.
But Rangers, because we saw a Rangers guy when we were leaving, yelling at a Devils.
Oh, in the parking lot, yeah.
Yeah, flicked a cigarette at his car and spit out his tire.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be stereotypical, but 9 times out of 10, Rangers fans, Yankee fans.
Well, especially because they lost, so
it's an attitude problem, definitely. And
Jersey fans aren't like that, right? You would think that they would be. Like Jersey gets a
bad rap.
A rap for obnoxious.
No, we're classy. We're classy here. We're classy. We know what we're talking about.
That's why I was trying to keep it classy when I was watching. I want to jump up and block other people's.
Yeah, that's why it was tough at the beginning of the season when when the Rangers were beating the Devils. I'd see Ranger fans at a bar.
Would you ever spit on them?
No, I never. I had no grounds to spit on them, but just their attitude.
Well, your team lost. That's all it takes, right?
Yeah, but you could be a little more knowledgeable instead of just you guys suck. You guys suck. And it's like, well, you know what, season's not over yet, so
it wasn't too much to stand up in the beginning of the season about.
Yeah.
Can you imagine fist fighting Sunday, Jeff?
Fist fighting?
Rangers fan.
If we had to, if it comes down to it, you got to do what you got to do.
I thought about punching a guy in the face this Friday at the game.
Who, me?
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to punch somebody.
Next to your boyfriend.
He would. As much fun as you make fun of that, he would have had my back too.
That guy?
Yeah. So I was sitting in my seat.
I was in
my seat.
You're his little fucking bitch. Why wouldn't he get your back?
I thought his girlfriend was going to punch me. They were embracing so much.
Why would he get your back?
I've seen him.
He's drunk.
That's
He's drunk.
That's the number one reason.
He's drunk, but he's a season ticket holder, so we know
season ticket holders stick together.
Yeah, but
you're fucking living in a fantasy world.
We know who each other.
Some fucking big dude fucking takes your face and smashes it against the fucking guardrail.
Right.
That fucking your little fucking.
You think he's right? He's turning
fellow
tail.
Season ticket holder.
He's slinking down in his seat.
He's picking his battles.
I don't think so. I think that guy would have had my back if something went down.
Would you have his back?
Season ticket holder.
I don't know that guy.
Think about yourself, and then think about how ludicrous what you're saying is.
Well, you could get knocked into a
fellow
fucking
season
coma.
ticket holder
right.
is going to take a risk of injury for some guy he barely knows.
All right, let's turn around this way.
Think about the mentality of someone who's going to punch another person because their team's losing. Start out with that. And then fucking...
if I had punched that guy and it got into a brawl, you would have turned tail. You wouldn't have jumped
But your
in.
friends, it doesn't have anything to do with
okay,
being
it's
a
different.
ticket holder.
This is different. What would it be equivalent?
This is a guy I see at how many home games have there been? Then about 30. I've seen him about
You've seen
15.
him, probably see him more than your own wife, right?
Yeah, at this point, sure.
She might argue that, but no, I think I see him a little more than my wife.
No, I don't care what. I tell you what, if some stranger sitting in that I see at the games 42 times a year is getting his ass beat in by some goon,
right?
And not one bit of me is like, oh, I gotta fucking.
You gotta defend this guy.
Well, we are season ticket holders.
We are fellow season ticket holders.
So it's a special fraternity.
Yeah,
it's not just that. I'm friendly with him. We're not best
buddies. Do you know his
or anything.
name? Even
yes, I do know his name. Yes, I know his name. Not his full name. I know his first name.
It's written on the back of his jersey, though, isn't it?
No, he wears a John. He actually wears a John McClane.
What an odd coincidence.
What are the chances?
So, I mean, what actually happened at the Ranger game was I was settled. I was sitting in my seat, ready to enjoy the game. This dude comes up.
Oh my god!
You want me to tell this story? Or you?
Go ahead.
Would you? All right. And this,
you love this.
Did Ming cower?
No. He loved this.
This asshole overweight Ranger fan comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, you're sitting in my seats." Like that adamant. Like he thought he was so right.
Did he sound like Quinn?
He was worse than Quinn.
He had a worse accent.
He was worse than Quinn. And now, obviously these are my seats. The seats I've been sitting in for.
And what'd your fucking BFF do? Was he like, shut the fuck up?
He backed up Ming after the guy was gone.
Right.
Oh, really?
Then he's like, what the fucking asshole say to you?
Right.
I would have done something.
Fucking Ranger fan should have kicked his ass.
Right.
But he was long gone after that.
Right.
Looking over his shoulder.
This was a rare time where I was able to put a guy bigger than me in his place.
What did you do to put him in your place? This is not your seat, sir.
I showed him evidence that they weren't his seats.
Yeah, you were sitting there, right?
Yeah,
what did he do to put a Ranger fan in his place other than tell him you're in the wrong seat?
You're in the wrong section. That's exactly what he said.
Your section's over there. And he was fucking like, he was beside himself for a good 5 minutes after that.
Meg, honestly, you didn't put him in his place any more than the usher would have. He showed him to his seat, and that was about it.
It was a little more than that. I checked his ticket. I noticed he was actually at the other end of the aisle, but instead of telling him that, I flipped up the seat next to me.
After he was gone.
No, he was there. I flipped up the fucking seat next to me. I pointed at the number. I'm like, that's not your seat, dude. And then he had that asshole look on his face like I'm wrong. Then he had the audacity to try to scoot by me to get to his section. And I'm like, dude, go around. Fucking go around.
Revisionist history, bro.
This is not, no, this is what happened.
With the swagger and the tone of voice.
Yes.
Like, walk around, bro.
I said that. I don't know what you were looking
I
at.
believe these are the wrong seats, sir.
Could he have gone to his seat?
Do you recall saying that at all?
I recall him saying that the seat was broken, that he had it fixed.
Like, could he have access to his seat?
There were like 10 people he had to walk by. So I was like, dude, go around. Like,
You
fucking
spoke
go
for
around.
all of them.
Yeah, I spoke for all of them.
Well, he listened,
at that
right?
point.
Ultimately,
he did.
he listened.
He did. He slunk away.
Did he apologize?
No.
No.
He didn't. No apology.
Cowardly walked away with his head down.
He just saw little Ming, and he was like, I'm going to fucking take the crap on this guy.
That's right, because he's sitting in my fucking seats. I'm like, no, it didn't happen.
Good work, man. I'm proud of
Didn't
you.
happen. But, I mean, he had to be a Ranger fan. And not just a Ranger fan, a typical Ranger fan. The freaking overweight dude with the bad mustache.
He's mentioned this a couple times now. Fat and overweight as
receding hairline.
As if every Devil fan's a svelte fucking 120 pounds and
you're sitting
with
3
six-pack abs.
No, but you
You're
line
sitting 3
up.
inches from a guy who's there to see the Devils. And
Come on, you line up 10 Ranger
morbidly
fans.
obese.
Line up 10 Ranger fans. 7 are going to look much like that guy, I think.
And what about Devil fans?
Well, 4 out of 10. All right, 5 out of 10. But
Well,
I
I don't know.
don't.
Take you. All three of you guys are in shape.
I
You're all
don't
Devil
think a
fans.
Devil fan would have acted like that guy though.
Got
Would be like, you know what?
class, right?
Hey, I think can you check your ticket? I think you're in my seat. They could have been a little more polite about it. They probably would have. I would have.
Well, you're a polite guy, though.
I am.
You're never going to walk around with that chip on your shoulder. Well,
Right.
Yeah, until somebody walks away and is out of earshot.
Told him.
Good work, man.
nobody fucks with Chen.
You got
That's
what you
right.
wanted.
I did.
Asshole moved on, and he moved on.
you got
on
what you
your
wanted
terms.
to sit in the seats he bought.
But
The
that's,
seats you
to
paid
remain in
for.
the seats that are his.
that set the fucking tone for
I got what I wanted.
I'll just listen to it in the car. It's practically the same.
that set the fucking tone for the whole game, though. It's like I
that's
wanted
true. That's true.
I wanted the Devils to win that much more. Just to I may have not seen that guy, but if I did, I could have shoved it in his
This
face.
strange, way your brain works. So it's like you want to. Some
Yeah.
guy mistakenly asked for your ticket.
Right. We're a
Now
fan of the
you
other
want-
team.
Now you want the other team. Now you want the Devils to win even more so. As if
So he feels even worse. Sure.
okay.
Try to sit in my seat. Oh, Covey scores twice.
Yeah.
right.
Just these little things, that makes life just that much sweeter.
Sent his fat ass on his way.
That's right. Back to
Good work, Ming.
back to Staten, Long, Queens, Brooklyn, wherever. Sent that Benny back home.
Oh man.
Fatten Island. That's where he lives.
You are riled up, man.
I know. It's electric in here.
Rangers,
I
man.
better start texting.
Come
Yeah,
on.
but he might live in New Jersey. He might be a Ranger fan, but live in New Jersey.
Well, that's even worse then.
That's right.
That's That's inexcusable.
What about this Heritage Classic? Did you watch it Sunday?
I watched
Jeff?
some of it. I watched the last.
I think let's take a vote right here, right now. Does the outdoor game mean anything anymore? Who the fuck cares? So
was it
Jeff?
a good game? What? No.
Well, I'm talking about even before that. Like, is it?
I would have liked
is
it
it
if
over
the game was
or is
better,
it over?
though. It was just not a good game. I would have thought it would have been a much better played game, but it wasn't. It just wasn't a good game.
What do you mean it's a third game? They play.
It was the second outdoor game this year.
game.
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
saying, like, come on, man. Now you're just trying. It's like an overdose of a good thing. Although I didn't think it was really a good thing at all to begin with. I didn't really care about the outdoor game.
But it's funny how that
I was wondering if you watched it.
I didn't. I was at the Magnet concert with you guys, so I didn't watch it.
I DVR'd it and watched it.
But why would Versus get this? Is the thing that would bother me, though. I mean, if I was if I had that opportunity, it's like, why didn't
we talking
NBC
about?
also pick up the Heritage game as well? Why is it on a station?
You want
that,
the real reason?
Well, obviously the ratings did very well this year.
Okay.
Because you had
Why
two of
do
the
you
good
think
teams.
they didn't televise it?
I couldn't really tell you. Maybe because of the day, the hour. I don't know.
Maybe because of the two teams involved and America doesn't care about Calgary or Montreal?
But you would still be able to get a lot of people watching in those areas.
Again,
in Canada.
but it's like America doesn't. I mean,
But it's a Canadian
once
sport.
enough is enough for Americans to take notice of an outdoor game. If you give it to them again less than a month later,
Yeah, they're not going to care.
it's not unique anymore. Then, and Americans need to have something unique for them to care about it. It seems like
It's like having a second Super Bowl.
right.
It is unique. You get a chance to watch
Who cares
another
if it's
game.
outside, man? The roof is missing. That's the only difference. It's the only difference.
Can you even tell unless it's a wide shot or not
No,
really?
you could tell. You could
You
definitely
could tell,
tell.
and it sucks. The camera angles below.
Yeah, I don't like the camera
It's like
angles.
a
I do
fucking
agree.
million miles away.
The odd reflections from the lighting at night.
Enough with the outdoor, like trying to cram it down everybody's throats that it's like this is awesome. This is better than a regular season game indoors
Do they give any reasons as to why?
because it goes back to the root of when we were children. We played on the ice, outdoors on a
Pond hockey.
pond.
Mosier was telling me about pond hockey
Yeah.
a while ago, and I watched on YouTube. So it's fucking unreal how cold it looks. I mean, who could enjoy it?
Oh, it's cold there. The other night.
No,
What
I
happened?
played
fuck
pond
enjoy-
hockey.
Yeah, I mean, but in these places they're playing it, so like up north in Minnesota, it's like fucking 20 degrees below zero.
Well, that's what it was there, right? For this,
Yeah, it was like 12 below, wasn't it? I mean, you
12
could
below.
see.
Where did they
at
play?
the Heritage Classic this past weekend.
I mean, where they play the
Calgary.
what was it? Oh, Calgary.
Now, if they played, let's go. There's a sport that in America that's played by almost every child outdoors. Why don't they have an outdoor basketball game?
That's a good point. I don't know. It'll probably
Right
happen.
back to the
excited.
playground. This harkens back to when we were on the playground as kids, playing until your mom called you in for dinner. It's the same old bullshit I
Dying
hear,
from
like
fucking
this
hypothermia.
sentimental nonsense of like, all that's different is the roof is open. You look up in the sky, you don't see a roof, you see the sky.
I wouldn't be shocked. They probably will do that next year.
What, a basketball
Yeah,
game?
why not?
Basketball classic.
I watched the All-Star game this year.
Yeah.
Either it's because I don't have that. Like, it's just when I was young, but it was so fucking boring. Like, they played it like a normal game. Like, I seem to remember, like, guys showboating and, like, it being, like, fun.
Right, like back in.
I think you were watching Harlem Globetrotters.
Was that it? Okay.
No, you're like back in the Jordan, Bird, Magic,
Right,
back in that era.
So those ladders on the court were not.
I can remember loving basketball in the 80s. Like, I watched it all the time, and it was fun to watch. But then, like I said, something happened, man, and it was just like overnight. It was like there used to be, before the age of like computers and YouTube, the only way you saw highlights was on in between at the halftime. Mm-hmm. And they would have like really cool dunks and shit, like, but set to like the Pointer Sisters jump.
Right.
And it would be like, it's family friendly. Then like one year, like the next year, it was just like thug music then. And like, dunks that were trying to kill people and shit.
Yeah, like a guy jumped over a car this year.
It just wasn't the same. Like overnight, it just became, they embraced this, this
You can
image.
say it.
What?
You could say it.
What?
Black.
No, not at all. Because that's when I enjoyed watching basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It was 99% black back then. It had no bearing on my enjoyment of it. It was just like, it was not posturing and like that image. It was just about basketball though.
Right.
Now it's more about celebrity and
it was unbelievable how much they went to different. There was like a part where Justin Bieber's there, and they have like
he's playing.
Yeah, he's on the team. No, he's.
Well, I mean, he's able to go out on the court.
No,
just,
he was watching.
Around? Oh, okay.
He was watching. He was in the stands, floor seats but 90% of the screen is taken up by the interviewer that's talking to Justin Bieber.
And then the game on the other
side. The game is on the other wall part for like 5 fucking straight minutes.
I'm surprised that you're outraged by this, by the fact that you've been following him on Twitter.
I thought it should have been 100% Justin Bieber. But you're right. It's like the opening ceremonies. It's like they had Lenny Kravitz, and then in the halftime, they used to show the dunk contest. It's Rihanna and Kanye West. And
it's just basically a concert thing.
I mean, it was unbelievable. Like all this crap that was going on, and the game was just like just boring. And I don't really know any players anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. Back in the 80s, man, I could tell you like every team had a star that like was a legitimate star. It felt like,
right.
And then they all of a sudden were just like they manufactured stars. The NBA,
Mm-hmm.
or like if they tell you enough times that this guy's an all world, maybe the rest of the world will believe it. Then,
right.
But
You were that into basketball? You watched that much basketball back in the 80s?
yeah, I watched.
I think we all. I did too. Yeah, I
I
followed.
just can't watch it now
Dominique
because there's too many
Wilkins
stoppages.
and
Worthy, Magic, Isaiah.
World Be Free. Remember World Be Free?
No.
Remember World Be Free, Brian?
No, I don't remember that.
He had the rainbow shot. Like he would shoot balls that would go like 30 feet in the air. That was his shot.
World Be Free, that was his name?
Yeah.
Really?
Free was his last name, and he changed I guess he changed his first name to World and his initial to B.
Wow, really?
So
No.
World Be Free.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
The round mound, the rebound. These were all like, and it was all fun. The Doctor, Magic.
Yeah, Boston.
Now it's all
Boston
people-
had some
Sky
guys.
Bird
Kevin
and
McHale,
fucking
Malone, the
DJ.
mailman. Carl
Malone.
Robert
Malone.
Parrish,
And
Yeah.
of course, you had the Isaiah and Lambeer and
Daryl Dawkins.
Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah. That's right.
Now you couldn't get away with calling someone Chocolate Thunder. Now
Yeah.
you'd be fucking off. This podcast would be fucking scrap. If we called someone Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah, don't do it, Sunday Jeff. I see that look on your face.
I'm gonna call Jeff White Chocolate Thunder.
That's all right. I'll be White Shadow. White Shadow.
So Heritage Classic, bad idea. Not only just it's overplayed.
Oh,
Well, I just think it's I don't know. I wasn't excited for the outdoor game to begin with. I know Canadians will be like, well, it's part of our it's our
Heritage-
game,
well,
it's
heritage.
it's our history, it's our legacy. It's like it's goes through all generations of all players. The kids go out and learn to play on ice,
Right.
on ponds. So
In America,
I
we say,
get
who
that.
gives a fuck?
But in America, I'm just like I scratch my head and I'm just like I don't get it. I don't know why it's built up to be that big a deal because there's not a roof over their
Right.
heads.
Now, the other argument is that they shouldn't have done this late in the season. That they
Why?
should have. These two Calgary is they're hot. They're in contention. Canadians.
So what? What is that?
are in detention.
Why is that?
Just because I guess they had to take a long break before they played this game. Bad ice conditions sucked. It's just not. It's not.
Wait.
Why do the ice conditions suck?
Yeah, if it's cold, why are the ice conditions bad?
You saw the puck bouncing around. It was not. It was not as.
Well, why should it? Why is if it's just played early in the year?
They're in the race.
Important?
These games count. That they should have the same conditions as they usually play under.
Okay, that's a good point. I never even thought of that.
Yeah, this is more. I mean, it counted, but it was. It's an exhibition.
It's not an exhibition.
Well, not in the true sense, but an
exhibition. What way is it an exhibition?
Just, they hype it as
Well, this hype, but that players can't really get involved in the actual hype of it, though.
Right, but still, they're forced to play under less than ideal conditions.
Circus-like atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's different, and they should be able to play under a normal circumstances. Good ice, indoors.
You agree with that, something, Jeff?
It's still on the same rink size. There's nothing different about the.
But is it unfair
surface.
that, let's say Montreal doesn't make it by 2 points?
Yeah, they're fighting,
and they could look back and be like, well, if we had played that game indoors like a regular game and under normal circumstances, we might have won that game. I don't really buy it. I think that's
it doesn't matter anyways because what if Montreal won and Calgary lost? They could have said the same thing. So it's just a better team won. It's just they took advantage of whatever.
Who plays in the Heritage Classic?
Well, the Heritage, you need to pick 2 Canadian teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think there'll ever be a Canadian team on the
Winter Classic?
January 1st game.
I think you're right.
Because NBC just...
Well, those ice conditions were terrible. The one in Pittsburgh was raining.
Yeah,
right. But, you talk about... not only that, but I'm saying not so much winning the game. You could have a player injured for the rest of the season.
Because of what?
Because of maybe bad ice surfaces. Some guy loses an edge, whatever, winds up taking out.
Yeah, that's a good argument.
Yeah, I think it's worth the risk though because if it's the highest rated game.
But I noticed the hitting's not as much though.
Tell that to Crosby. Didn't he get a concussion during that outdoor game?
But compared to like a regular season or indoor game, I thought that the hitting's nowhere near as intense as it would be like in an indoor rink. It just didn't seem the intensity was there
what do you
as
think,
much.
Ming?
Should they have played it this late?
Is it played out?
I still think there should be at least one a year. Yeah. I think you can't deny that.
Well, I don't think there should. I don't think it's fair though that I think Canada. I think there should be 2 a year. Then, if you're going to do one, you got to do 2.
Well,
or you could do one and just have a U.S. team play a Canadian team.
NBC don't want it.
Why?
NBC because if they wanted it, they would have televised the 6:00 game. They don't want no part of it. They lose money on it.
But you lose money on it anyways if you don't have any viewers.
But they're putting on something else at 6:00.
Right, but this is why
it's going to get more viewers.
But you'll get more ratings if somebody actually, now you're Canadian people who are in.
Right, you'll get both audiences.
Get both audiences.
You don't get that.
How do you know?
Because it's a different fucking network.
Yeah, but there's no TV, there's no satellite TV. You can't get U.S. stations in Canada. So the ratings would go up higher. It's still a number of viewers who's watching the game.
You think Versus televised it in Canada?
Right, but no, of course. Why wouldn't they? Then nobody's going to watch it.
Versus didn't televise it. I'm sure CBC or
right. But
CBC,
I'm saying some Canadian network definitely showed that game. I'm sure the ratings were a lot higher there than it was here.
If there was any money to be made in it, do you think NBC wouldn't have done it?
Well, somebody made money on it.
Answer my question.
NBC might only have the contract to do the one game.
If there was any interest, would NBC have balked on it?
Possibly.
Right. NBC's going to turn down money.
No, not likely.
A surefire profit, and they're not going to do it?
Well, why is it a surefire profit? I mean, how do you know it's a short thing that they were making?
Take a short break. Well, Sunday Jeff has a stroke.
There's no reason why they can't have both, though.
Why? You did have both. Why? What difference does it make if it's NBC or versus?
No, I'm saying why can't you have a Canadian team and an American team? Why can't you?
Ratings.
So, like, if it was the Rangers or Montreal,
because you're trying to pull in people who don't watch hockey on January 1st.
If nobody watches hockey, they don't even know the 2 fucking teams that are playing. So what's the difference?
Because you confuse these fucking morons in America. You're
What's
like
this?
Calgary.
Where's that?
What state is that
Calgary?
in?
It's not in the States where hockey basically, that's where hockey originated.
I thought it
Canada.
was a 51st state myself.
I'd be Puerto Rico.
I'm talking about the dope who sees Calgary, let alone the fact that almost every name they got to read on the back of their jerseys. They're like, everyone sounds like they're from another country.
You're talking about people who are going to the game and people who are watching. How many people that are watching the game?
You see that word, Jerome McGinley? How do you even pronounce it if you haven't ever heard it before?
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying for the people that actually watch the games at home, not go to the game.
The casual viewer on January 1st.
I guarantee you most of the people are hockey fans. They're not casual viewers. People who go to the games are probably,
yeah, I would think so. You think all those millions of viewers are hardcore
I would say most of them.
fans?
No, I didn't say hardcore, but I'm saying majority of, I would say so, at least 75 to 80%
It's a novelty.
are hockey fans.
It's a sideshow because it's outside. And that's why so why aren't they turning in for the Stanley Cup Finals? Why is there more people turning in for the outdoor game than the Stanley Cup Finals?
Why?
Awesome answer.
Why?
Because they hype up the fact that it's outside, and fucking Momo's like, some at this table are like, ooh, it's outdoors. This is more interesting to me.
But the tickets that they're selling, how many of them are fans, and how many of them are just like you said, just are going to the game because it's something
Do you understand
different?
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it's hyped up to where like
Why does the championship struggle to get viewers in America? Always listen. I want to make that point. I'm not talking about Canada. We know it's a religion out there, but in America, where it struggles to be the fourth major sport, easily struggles. It's why does their championship struggle to get viewers?
Because nobody cares about the sport.
Okay, but why is the outdoor game a success then?
Why is the outside? Because it's only held once a year.
Just like the Stanley Cup's only held once a year.
But you got 7 games of the Stanley Cup. You only got one of those. But eventually, that's going to wear off too. How many years have they done the?
The Stanley Cup's
no,
going to wear
no,
off?
no, not the Stanley Cup. The Winter
game?
Classics. What's it? 4 years now.
4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to play it by see how it goes.
I think it's getting bigger though. It's definitely getting bigger.
Yeah, but still, you got to wait for the teams. I mean, eventually, it's going to get to a point where it's not so much old, but I don't think you can get the turnout.
I agree with you.
I don't think you're going to get the TV ratings.
How much can you manufacture it next year? Like, it's outdoors again.
Well, again, you'll sell at the stadium. You'll sell at the stadium. The stadiums I'll see selling out, but I'm saying I guarantee you the TV ratings will start to drop in a while. You'll start to see that year by year. I think the TV ratings.
Why
will
is
start
that?
To because again, it's going to start to wear off. Like your casual fan will want to go to the games and, but really aren't going to be going to watch the game anymore on TV. They're trying to pick up people to watch the game, but I think that they're not successful because how much more, people watch the game.
Because let's say they.
I mean, you don't say how many more.
Let's say the Momo who's like, "This is awesome. It's outside. I'm gonna go to a hockey game." And they get there, it's like, "What the fuck? It's not outside."
All right, just put a coat on, pretend it's outside.
Not likely.
Is that disappointment to people when they get there and it's indoors?
I don't think so. I think it's just it's probably a smaller crowd, and it's just not. It's
smaller
not
crowd. Oh, it's not a stadium?
Yeah, it's just not as exciting. That's just where
it's more
they
intimate.
But this is what's even worse about it is because that's not really how you really want to see the game is in an outdoor stadium. You really want to see it where the game's really played inside of an arena.
Do you want to see it from 100
Not maybe. Me personally,
away?
I don't. No, I don't.
Sitting up in the fucking where'd they play at Boston? What's that called? The Green Monster?
Fenway, yeah.
Playing at Fenway, it's like a mile away from you?
No, I wouldn't want to be me as a fan, as being a hockey fan, I would never want to really see a game. Outdoors. Even if you're close up, you still can't. The actual rinks, it seems like it's another 50 feet from where the actual edge of the football stadium or the baseball diamond, wherever they would be playing. It's so far in, I don't even know how you could see it unless you watch
watching on those fucking
jumbotron. But then you might as well
watch it at home, bitch.
Right, watch it at home. Exactly.
Save yourself $400 for the ticket you just bought. How much did seat go for there on the Winter Classic?
It was something like that. I mean, there was a hot ticket. It was a hot ticket. It's something about being outdoors, though. They did this in the college version where they played in Michigan, 100,000 seat stadium. They sold it out. The big,
I mean, they're doing something. They know more than I do. I would never have thought that the lack of a roof would be so exciting to people. I never would have dreamed that, man. I never would. If somebody would have came to me like, we're thinking of like, be like in 2005 or like, hey, what do you think of this idea? We're going to play a game outdoors. It's going to be 100 miles away from the fucking where you're sitting, and the camera angles will be really shitty.
But
we don't know if it might
more.
rain, but people are going to love it. I'd be like, you're fucking out of your mind. What a fucking fiasco.
I mean, I think they've marketed, they put enough dollars into the marketing. This is the Super Bowl of the NHL now. It's going to get bigger.
But it's like football.
Oh, so you disagree with Sunday, Jeff?
Yeah, this is definitely going to get bigger. This is going to be, it's been hyped.
Next year, who do you pick?
Who do they probably put the Pens in again.
No way.
It's boring though. And then it gets to the point like, I don't want to see it again.
If Crosby comes back, you think so?
The backlash to having Pittsburgh involved in it again would be huge.
I don't know then.
I think you got to get the Rangers involved.
Why would there be backlash?
All right, New York team?
I think you got to get the New York market.
Yeah.
Why would there be a backlash? Because
they've
too many times been in twice.
Stop fucking shoving that down our throats, the fucking Penguins.
Knock it off, man.
Sorry.
All right, is that it?
I mean, just a quick shout out to quick Bucknut shout out to Patrick Elias.
Really?
Yes, who scored his 800th point for the Devils.
Right. That's right. Is he the greatest, most overlooked Devil of all time?
Well, wait.
I would say yes.
If he was the greatest overlooked, I'm trying to wrap that around.
Greatest underappreciated Devil that ever played.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so. The guy's done so much, and it's kind of like
it's like almost like under the wire, though. It's like it's never really. Oh, and that's like I said the other night when I was talking to you. I was like, "That's his 800th point already." It's like I don't remember him even being close to that. Right. It's like you look, it's like 800 points.
That's a lot of points.
It is.
Man, you say he's the third or fourth best Devil ever. Who are the
other? Stevens, Danico, and
offensively.
What makes him better?
You think Danico was a better, more vital player than Elias?
I mean,
just because his number. I mean, just because of his age.
His numbers on the rafters.
Well, let's say Dano was still playing,
right?
And he's like, let's say, would you still just because he played longer? Is his career more stellar than
he's got the history though.
I'd put Niedermayer up there before I put Danico.
All right, that's a good argument.
Your bullet point's just been fucking bullet.
All right, sorry. And then the third, the third would be Marty.
Yeah, that's without a doubt. You got Brodeur, Stevens. I'm going to give it to Elias over Niedermayer.
You would now. Yeah,
only because Niedermayer left.
Right.
He abandoned ship, and Elias had a chance to abandon, and he stayed.
But his production and his longevity with the Devils, I think, so I would give him the third. I agree with you.
Who?
Elias.
Oh, yeah. And then Nieder, and then Danico. Danico is a great Devil.
Well, you got to put McLean up there too somewhere too eventually.
Not after that coaching staff.
But I'm not talking about his coach as a player.
Man, how come you want these teams to lose in regulation? I see on your bullet points.
What's
because
that?
Because that'll make it easier for the Devils to get into the playoffs
exactly. If you go to overtime, then each team gets a point, so it makes it harder for the Devils to slip into that 8th place.
So you're not just rooting for the Devils; you're rooting against these guys.
Rooting against these guys: Toronto, Florida, Buffalo, Atlanta, and then Carolina and the Rangers. Pray for them to lose in regulation. That's what I'm looking for.
Why'd you write all these stats on here? You didn't think we were really going to go over them, did you?
Look at all these pluses down here.
Except for Clarkson.
Look at all these pluses down here. Zajac plus 12. Even Tallender.
Yeah, why has Clarkson got such a bad? What's he doing wrong?
I don't know. He's on the ice at bad times. Even Tallender plus 18. That indicates a lot.
Plus 18
during this. Tallender, the guy Henrik Tallender. It's on the other page.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't even see it on this page. Plus 18. That's insane.
It is.
Maybe that's why they've been interviewing so much lately. Yeah. Every time you turn around, it's like, well, he just scored. He had a goalie the other night.
Yeah, I mean, you got to chalk that up to the defensive.
Sarkov is plus 2. He's got a fucking goal and assist.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
There's a guy, man.
That Vladimir Zharkov?
Yeah, it's like he could do everything but fucking...
But score?
Score, man.
I mean, you watch him defensively. He's great, though. He hustles.
It's like having like 1,000 dates and never getting a fucking...
Yeah, pretty much.
Sticking it in.
Never getting the home run.
That's pretty much it. But he
a lot of fingering.
That's still fun.
A lot of heavy petting.
That's still fun.
Zarkov, don't underestimate Zarkov's good time.
Come on, man.
That's still fun.
I guess you're right. It is.
It's
Who's going to argue with that?
Obviously, it's fun to score the goal, but it's just
some fun's better than no fun, I guess.
It's nice to also be out on the ice at that level. So
that's true.
So you can't argue with that.
All right, man.
All right.
Until next week.
Until next week.
Well, next week we got a lot of shit planned.
We got a lot of. It's going to be a very busy week.
Get those donations in, man.
That's right. TESDcharity@gmail.com. $5. That's it.
All right. You know, I wasn't really texting the other day, by the way. I was recording the fucking Rangers and their fans fucking eating nuts.
Yeah. See you next week.
Find more funny shit like this at smodcast.com. Hi, I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Jen Schwalbach.
And here's what's happening every day at smodcast.com. On Sunday, it's me and Scott Mosier doing the original Smodcast.
On Mondays, it's Hollywood Babylon with Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman.
On Tuesdays, it's Blowhard with Malcolm Ingram.
Also on Tuesday, my personal favorite, Plus One.
That's the one where you and I talk.
That is.
And you get naked. On Wednesdays, it's me and Jason Mewes doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old.
On Thursdays, it's Puck Nuts with Walt Flanagan, Ming Chen, and Brian Johnson.
And don't forget Sunday Jeff. And then on Friday, they lose Sunday Jeff, and it's just Walt Flanagan, Bri Johnson, and Brian Quinn, and sometimes Ming Chen taking some abuse on Tell 'em Steve Dave.
On Saturdays, it's Red State of the Union.
Highlands, A Peephole History, one of the shows iTunes chose as one of the best podcasts of 2010.
Marriage at Smodcastle, one of my favorites.
That's where I actually become Rev Kev and marry motherfuckers. We sit down, interview them, find out about their entire lives. At the end of it, they're literally married. And all of it's free, don't cost you a dime.
7 days a week, we bring you the free funny.
Very nice. You sound like a pitch person there, man. What else can you sell me? Show me a little boob. I'll buy. Smodcast.com.